My family, just over the past several years, we've experienced a lot of loss.
It's the Channel Mom Show with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
Ladies, are you tired of anti-aging products that don't work? There is a product that is backed by real science and proven by real results that you'll see on your face. Just click our Nerium AD ad to the right of this video to find out more.
We are back with JJ Heller, and we're talking about her new album or CD. I don't know what we call it these days. Do we call it a CD or an album, JJ?
Oh, either way. I mean, if you're like a really cool person from Nashville, you'll say album or even record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with JJ Heller with her new record, Loved. Because I'm, of course, a very cool person. I want moms to understand you as a mom, but I also want them to get some glimpses into who you are as a woman in some of your latest songs. So I'm going to start right away with what is my favorite song right now and what made me sob, and I'm not kidding, the first time I watched the video on the internet because I felt it as a mother. So let's play a little bit of Who You Are.
All she wanted was a baby to hold. She's still waiting at 41 years old.
Okay, so you talk about a 41-year-old woman who I think any mom would feel for, who says that all she's ever wanted to do was hold a baby, and she doesn't know what God's up to, but she knows who he is, and she's falling back on that. And then you talk about a man who gets the phone call that he's lost his daughter in an accident, and once again he questions what God's up to, but he falls back on he knows who God is. And so why don't you expand on what I've just explained to people and tell me what you're up to in this song?
Yeah, well, my family, just over the past several years, we've experienced a lot of loss, whether it's seeing our friends lose their marriages or lose their homes to foreclosure or lose their jobs, and we've even had people we love lose their lives. And so it's always my first reaction in those times of heartbreak to ask God why, because I think it's natural, like we just want to know, because it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
And so what I'm learning is that even if I can't see what he's doing, I can still trust his character, and I still know who he is, and I can rest in his faithfulness, and I can look back and read through the Bible and see like story after story of how things look like they were falling apart, and then somehow God redeems it. And so, I mean, the song explores that idea of just knowing that God loves us so much, even when we're in pain, and that he's not somewhere far away just watching us from a distance, but he's there with us the whole time, walking us through it.
Yeah. Shelly and I have both had a couple years like that too, where we've lost a lot of people around us, and our friends have lost husbands and children, and there is no pat answer for that.
Yeah.
So if you do have faith in God, falling back on what you know about him, and that eternity awaits and things like that does help. It's just all you can do is say, I know who God is. I don't know why this happened, you know?
Yeah.
Shelly, do you have any questions?
Were those people that you wrote about in your songs, do they know that they were in the song? And if so, were they affected by that?
Well, they were actually, I mean, we've had a few friends struggle with infertility, but they weren't specific people that we know into the song.
Yeah.
Just kind of more trying to think of scenarios of loss that people could relate to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So they weren't like specific people with names in our lives that we know.
Sure. And people should go see your video. Can you tell them how to do that? Because that video comes to an amazing end after these people have suffered this horrific pain.
Either go to jjheller.com or just search YouTube for JJ Heller, and the song is called Who You Are.
Okay, good. You know, you get compliments, JJ, for not slipping into Christianese. You're actually also popular in the folk world. You're not just quote unquote a Christian artist. I sometimes get worried about that pigeonhole because there are so many ways to, identify. Obviously you're a Christian, but you sing about things that all of us can identify with. And you get complimented for that, being very down to earth and plain spoken and so on. Yeah. Is that an attempt on your part?
It definitely is. And we made the choice on iTunes to be listed in the the folk singer-songwriter category instead of Christian, because we don't want people to maybe hear our song on a TV show, which sometimes they end up on, and search for it, and when they find it under the Christian category, all of a sudden be turned off by it and say, oh, well, I don't want to listen to Christian music. And so we want people to keep an open heart about it.
Yeah.
And so we do try to avoid just cliches in our music and write in a way that somebody who has never been to church before could still understand what I'm talking about and hopefully relate to it and start opening up their heart to the possibility of knowing who Jesus is.
Now, you seem to be a very happy mother of Miss Lucy and Miss Nora. They're absolutely darling. Nora is still super squeezable, and when I saw a picture of her today, I just wanted to reach into Facebook and squeeze her thighs. I still squeeze my kids' butts, and it makes them mad because they're 14 and 10. But are you somebody who loves it so much that you want to have more, or do you and Dave think you're finished, or what are you thinking about that?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a hard decision because of our lifestyle of traveling. Because either we take them with us on the tour bus, which is a lot to handle, or we leave them at home for a few days at a time and then ask somebody else to take care of them. And so, it's something that we've definitely been praying about because it's a big choice.
So you are praying about it. So the people who are fans of yours, that door is not shut. I mean, seriously. So you're you haven't said no. You don't want to have any more children. You're still thinking about it.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's hard. I can't really say no for sure at this point. It's such a big decision. And Lucy and Nora are just so fantastic. So
they're darling. They're absolutely beautiful. What about? I work really hard on the show to talk about how we've made a mistake in making the celebrity world and all the things that go on in the spotlight and having a certain kind of house and a certain kind of car and a certain kind of salary and a certain kind of lifestyle and being rich and famous. And we've demeaned things that really matter outside of the spotlight, things like motherhood and family and being kind to others. And so I worry so much about moms contrasting themselves to the things that's in the spotlight and feeling like they're unimportant and that what they're doing is unimportant. So that's why this show exists, is to say, look, I used to be on TV. That doesn't do anything for you, and being there doesn't make you more important. Being a mother is just as important. How do you give that message to anybody's kids or to your little girls when they see that you've got a measure of fame and people think you're cool and famous and you're bringing in some money? And how do you describe that to your daughters and put it in perspective?
I don't think they really know at this point.